Tell me when to start. A very good morning to you, our listener, and welcome to the People's Debate on your number one radio, Pan-African Radio, broadcasting on 96.1 FM. And today happens to be 7th July 2020. My name is Caesar Sindere, and in the studio have Mr. Erasmus Chendela Mkondo, who is a PF Information and Publicity Desk Chief Admin. Good morning, Mr. Mkondo.
Good morning, Comrade Caesar. I'm humbled to be here.
Right, and sincere apologies for starting the program a bit late due to unforeseen circumstances beyond our control. And you can also follow this interview live on our Facebook handle, which is Pan African Radio 96.1 FM Facebook page. Get there, watch this interview live, and also feel free to contribute via that platform, as well as on the direct studio lines, which has 0950 650 916 and 097476 0894. Today is a holiday, Heroes Day, and we are going to concentrate on discussing this particular day, which falls every 7th July, and today happens to be one of them. So we have invited Mr. Mkondo to discuss or help us discuss Heroes Day commemoration. Mr. Mkondo, are you ready for this particular matter?
I'll try.
You will try. We know
because I know there are better experts out there.
Right.
But I'll make sure that I will try.
Okay, so let us rekindle memories of our liberation struggle by listening to Africa, My Africa, a song that was composed and performed by the late freedom fighter, Mpundu Mwape. Here is a song, and then we'll talk on the other side. Okay. It's awesome. Quality. The quality is low. Wow, that song, it has failed us. Otherwise, the quality of the song. Yes, but we remember that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the song is called Africa, My Africa.
Yes.
Right. We wish we could have just had a very clear audio sound for that song, but we'll try as we go on. We will play the song before the program ends. How do you remember Mpundu Mwape as a musician and freedom fighter?
Well, that one, it reminds me of what happened just most recently in 2011, somewhere there, the first Independence Day that we had enjoyed as the PF in power. And one, Michael Shukasat, our elected grand leader, invited the trade of states, I think that is the living one, because we have now 6. By then we had Rupia Banda, President Banda, and then Kenneth Kaunda. So on that special day, I think a white man was invited to by one of the comedians, this the one who does the Dorica, Bob Munkosha, to come and sing the same song which we have tried to play here. And it was a very exciting song to almost everyone, and it sent everybody to be enjoying the liberation struggle. So basically, before I come to Mpundu Mwape, I would wanted to state that a nation that has no history, it won't have heroes and the heroines. So basically, when we're talking about the history of a nation, you are talking about the heroes and the heroines of that particular nation. So we cannot have history if we don't have individuals who participated in that history. So basically, as a nation, this is the foundation on which we are built as Zambia. Zambia was not built out of animals or trees or and other resources, but apart from this human resource. That's why it is very important that we intend to cherish that history when we mention individuals like Simon Mpundu. So to me, Mpundu sang a very good song, which symbolizes more like signifies the importance of our struggle, and it is a classic. Now we can call it, it's a classic music, because it penetrates through the religious, it penetrates through the social, and any contemporary class that we have among the old, the young, and the youths, the children, they will still dance to the same song. So that's what Mpundu reminds me of. So basically, as I've already said, every nation is built on the shoulders of its guaranteed sons and daughters of that particular nation. It's important that people like Mpundu Mwampe, they are brought to memory, so that at the end of the day, we get to know how important each individual's contribution. And it's very important to bring to the memories every name that had made an impact to our lives. So if you are able to recall or to remember others, then you stand in a good position that even you, when you contribute something, you also be remembered. So it is important, even as we come to celebrate this culture, which is done traditional culture and religious in Zambia for the first, every Tuesday or weekend of July. It's for this special purpose, and I like it in the sense that it also gets tied with the international trade, which also tells us the contemporary life. What have we achieved? What are the products? How far have we achieved? It will take you to tell you the story where we are.
Right now, why should we be celebrating Heroes Day? I know it's a very significant day, but should we continue celebrating?
Yes, as a nation, we have to continue celebrating Heroes Day, because you know, heroes, they will never stop being added to the list of those who are heroes. So even as at today, we know that we have other people who are living who are still making impact to our lives. So it is important that we continue documenting, we continue putting into perspective all these positive contributions that they are making, so that at the end of the day, we know that it's through history that a nation, posterity, will judge us. So if you look at the presidents that we have had, they are also part and parcel of this list of people whom we classify as heroes. And then also the people, the ordinary people, the workers, those who are doing a commendable job of saving lives, they also fall into that category. So Heroes Day, it's basically a day which embodies the importance of documenting our own human history as a nation. So you cannot do away with Heroes Day. When you are talking about saying, let's do away with Heroes Day, then you are doing away with our own history. So basically, it's important that as humans, as we continue progressing into new territories as a nation, we keep in track with what is happening. We keep recognizing individuals. We continue recognizing those who are contributing to our welfare as at today, and we continue marrying with the history again.
Now, you know, everything in this world is criticized.
Yes.
Even this day is criticized. There's some people who are not happy that we're celebrating Heroes Day as Zambia. They say Zambia is a Christian nation, and celebrating some people is equivalent to hero worshipping. And when you go to the Bible doesn't allow us to worship heroes, because that is idolatry. Now, what's your take on this criticism?
Well, you know, that is totally in a wrong lane that people intended to take things into a religious extremism. A nation, if you look at the nation of Israel, we are able to track the nation of Israel from Moses' time to where we are today, because the Jews, they have been very good about one thing, documenting their own national history. The history that we are celebrating today, that of Christianity, it's a product of nationalism, of Israel itself as a nation. When Israel pulled out of Egypt as people, a free people before Pharaoh, they came out as a nation. And it has been important from the day that Moses left Israel. They have been documenting their own national leaders. And to this very day, we celebrate a lot of names that were very close to our Lord Jesus Christ. Why don't we not forget about those 12 disciples of our Lord Jesus Christ? If they are individuals, they are not gods, they are not spiritual, but these are people like Paul, whom God has used tremendously to get to humanity worldwide. So basically, it's in that vein that history without individuals cannot be history. And then the history of humanity, it is even complicated because Jesus Christ himself became a human being, the Word made flesh. And this is where you find that other people find it very difficult, in fact, even to follow Christianity itself, because they say Jesus was a human being. God is a spirit. God cannot go beyond that. But at the end of the day, you ask them, do you think God can achieve what he intends to achieve without working through man? So that's where now the image of God comes in. Everywhere you go to Egypt, you'll be finding that there are individuals that you'll be talking about to recognize the history of Egypt. All these nations, at the end of the day, just to cut the story short, we worship a God of nations. So if God has recognized that there will be nations, nations shall rise against nations. There will be famine, nations that shall do what? At the end of the day, nations at one time, they shall contribute wealth towards Israel. So meaning, nations, they are for humanity. They are nations with individuals. God has allowed the way it is from the Tower of Babel to have different languages, to have different nations. So basically, it's important that we understand that history to that perspective, that we do not trivialize it by saying that this is idolatry. So in short, when we are celebrating our history or our heroes, we are celebrating that this is how God has helped us to achieve these intended purposes, or how we have advanced as humanity. It's not like we are worshiping it. Because the cardinal thing is, celebrating does not mean you are worshiping. Celebrating is just to make yourselves, to remember, to bring something into our memory. But when we talk about worship, that is adoration. That is believing in that thing, that this is the Alpha and the Omega. This is the beginning and the end. And that is very different from what you can classify as idolatry. Because idolatry talks about coming up with objects, tools, and laws which will be made before everyone to bow before them. But these ones which we are having, we are not having anything to do with the way to worship. So basically, it remains that Zambia is a Christian nation, and in this Christian nation, God is working mightily. He's raising the sons and daughters in every generation that is working to our advantage as a people. So basically, it's not anywhere to do with the worship. It's not anywhere to do with the praising of these individuals, but we are just merely documenting history. And it's through this history God will be seen in future how mightily he had raised these daughters to face the challenge. It's like the way he raised our forefathers to fight for our independence. That is Kenneth Kaunda. Kenneth Kaunda is living now and is resting, but this nation is still going on. We are all enjoying the fruits of what he labored for, with all his colleagues that they labored for. Those are the people we should not forget. This is the foundation. Those are the people that God gave us to help us to fight colonialism, to help us to where we are. There are people like even in Frederick Chiluba, who also spearheaded the return to plural politics. He's a hero in his lane of democracy. So we celebrate each and every individual that way. We talk about him on our WhatsApp. He fought corruption. He is also a hero in that line of thought, discipline. one person who put his life to fighting for Mother Zambia, so that at the end of the day we would at least see that we were taken back to board. So comes also Rupia Banda. He did his part, transitioning Zambia, maybe protecting others. They say he's the hero. He protected us from the cartel, which was almost getting over Zambia. So he handed over power to Michael Chilufya-Sata. Very peaceful manner. We had a peaceful transition. So even in Michael Chilufya-Sata also is a hero. He's a man who comes from humble beginning, a constable, you may say so, and he has performed a lot. He is the only politician who came up with a political party from scratch. Within 10 years, he managed to bring down the mighty MMD, which was a big movement with big giants. So basically, so we can continue documenting our history in that manner. So that's what history is all about. It's not all about the presidents, but also in other medical fields, about also women. We can talk about the Nakatini winners, the mother to Nakatini winner, and then Nakatini winner herself, the current vice president Inonge winner, Mama Inonge winner. All these are our heroes. We talk about Judith Chikamoneka. We talk about Mama Kankasa. We bring Bet Kaunda, Mama Bet Kaunda. All these, they are our heroes. One way or another, they deserve and they need to be remembered. But at the same day, we have to remember that the Bible says a good parent is him or her who leaves a good inheritance for his children. So if these people, they are good parents, so they deserve to be remembered. So there is anything to do with idolatry. Right. But it's important that we document our history.
Right, just still on a critique, regarding the same day. Others believe that very few Africans in northern Rhodesia during the long liberation struggle perished, and also there are no statistics of how many of our forefathers were involved in the struggle. Why should we observe a day when there is no record, a proper record of saying this is the number of the people that perished during the struggle, and such and such is the number of our forefathers that participated in this liberation fight? Why should we continue observing Heroes Day?
Yes, it's very important and very cardinal. And when you're talking about this Heroes Day, we should also remember that it's not only that ourselves, maybe we were blessed, we did not suffer much. We won in this independence through the ballot box. That is, we had to form an alliance, or together we formed what we would call, there was the Anki there was UNIP there, and then also the Colonial, they had their own political party. And then at the end of the day, we had to put together our votes to win our independence, to come to where we are today as one Zambia, one nation. So basically, we shouldn't be so myopic or narrow-minded when it comes to that. We should also remember that when you are talking about this heroism, we should also remember friends like Mozambique. Those they had fought tooth and nail to get their independence from the Portuguese. And it happened somewhere, is it 1974, 76, somewhere there. Angola, here they suffered to get to the liberation. Zimbabwe, they had their own tough time there. Ian Smith, you remember very well. Some of us, when we were born in 1978, 79, somewhere there, we were running away to and from. So the latest being South Africa. And the other one is Namibia in 1990. So basically, if you look at holistically, we should not be selfish to look at this celebration as just a Zambian thing, but it is also has a lot of positive effect on our neighbors, because what we had attained in 1964, everyone wanted it to do the same. We should bring into perspective the frontline nations, that is Tanzania, Zambia, and then also the same Mozambique, which we had facilitated also the liberation struggle for others. So, being divinely accorded that opportunity of not having lost any individual does not mean that others, they didn't lose lives, like in the case of Zimbabwe, in the case of South Africa. So as a nation, we need really to think holistically into that history or picture. It's not only for us as Zambians. So if you look at it from the Zambian point of view, we have never lost even anyone, even when we changed government. In 1972, when we went back to one-party state, we never lost anyone. In 1991, when we changed to plural politics again, getting back to what we were in 1964, we never lost anyone. So these are opportunities where we can see who was a hero at each time. So basically, the shedding of blood, it happens elsewhere, but we were very lucky. I don't want to use even the word lucky, but I would love to use the word divine, which is blessed. We are a blessed nation, and we are blessed that no one was lost, but people were being whipped, people were being jailed, people were being locked up. So in our own independence struggle, we had seen those dark moments when one would be put behind bars. They would leave their parents, their relatives, their wives, their children, just to make sure that they wanted to have this independence that we are today enjoying. So basically, when you talk about the bloody struggle, it also incorporates other nations, especially our neighboring nation like Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, where we saw the dripping of blood.
Right. Now, you recounted some of the names of heroes and heroines Zambia has. And in commemorating this day, the national soccer team that perished off the coast of Libreville is also included amongst the heroes, fallen heroes especially. Now, do you think including those that fought against the rulership of Kenneth Kaunda so that Zambia could return to pluralism or multi-party politics, and those that have died from the time multipartyism was reintroduced in the country and died through acts of electoral-related violence should be also included as heroes?
Yes, if you look at our Republican Constitution, which is our supreme law, you'll find that immediately we won the political right, or when we fought for our political determination of this nation, you find that now there are other things that the Constitution has also spoken about. That is economic entitlement, that is social entitlement, and then also religious. So basically, it's from this political, the people that I was talking about, they're coming from those who are coming from the political stream. There's also the social stream. There's also the economic stream. So if you look at the social stream, this is now where I find that football comes in, other sports, they come in, the dynamics of all these other things that we have recognized by the Constitution. You find that there will be individuals who will be successful in this stream. Economically wise, you find that there will be big businessmen, big giants, who are also worthy to be remembered. Those who contributed tremendously to economic emancipation of this nation, like B.Y. Mwila, whom we now remember as a politician. He had the chain of enterprises that helped and empowered the lot of Zambian. Humphrey Mulemba, Humphrey Mulemba is one of the sons of this country who built a financial empire which helped a lot of people. Among them, also people like the foreign hero, Mazoka, all these Dini Mwamba, they are coming from the political. But we should also remember that we have the Commission of this day. They are also Zambians. We need to also remember the Amang Amayenge. All those they are artists. People like the one who was just recognized and put to rest, is it in Rwapula? This man, the one who sang the name has gone completely.
Yeah, there's that band. They lost a band leader.
Yes, they lost a great leader. Whom I will remember as Piquet Shala, sorry.
Piquet Shala, yes.
Piquet Shala. And others. I'm from the Muremela band, all those. So basically, when you're talking about, these are our heroes in their own discipline. So basically, it's important that we should remember them. They are also part and parcel. So a hero basically is a person in that particular nation. In the Greek times, they used to remember a lot of heroes, they were soldiers. But today, you find that that has recent. It's no longer the soldiers, but we are all soldiers in the trust. We are also soldiers in the football realm. We are soldiers in the financial realm. So there is that importance of celebrating the achievements of all our Zambian people. So the key thing when you talk about heroes and heroines, we are talking about achievements. And these achievements should take us towards one goal, that is unity. So that is why we celebrate the Heroes and Heroines Day and the Unity Day. Because at the end of the day, these achievements in diversity should bring that unity that we need. Because at the end of the day, if you just say, I will only remember politicians, then people start asking, are the politicians the owners of Zambia? So from the constitution point of view, everybody, it requires that we are recognized as citizens, and there must be equal distribution of our resources. And then also, as we do this resource sharing, at the end of the day, we should also recognize that there will be others who achieve more, and then others who achieve average, others will be below.
Right, you'll be calling us on 0950650916 and 0974760894, or simply send your comment or question via our Facebook page, which is a Pan African Radio 96.1 FM, and you are watching this interview live from there. In the studio, I have Mr. Chandler Erasmus Mukondo, who is a PF Information and Publicity Desk Chief Admin. Now, a lot of things happened.
Yes.
Very interesting stories about how Zambia's liberation was achieved.
Yes.
We have stories of Mama Juliet Kamonika, may her soul rest in peace. We hear or read that she undressed at some point to show brevity, and as she was fighting for our liberation. Others, Mpundu Zanko Mutemba, the man that is on the Freedom Statue. This man, he was a protester, and at some point he was arrested by the colonial rulers, and they told him that he would not break free from the chains, yes, or he would be shot dead. But he defied the imperialists by breaking the chains.
Yes,
yes, that story is still something many people don't believe happened.
Yes.
But according to what I have read and yes, others have read, and that person has been interviewed a number of times by different media houses, and it's confirmed. What's your take on his powers, of breaking the chains?
Comrade Caesar, what we have lacked as Africans, or in particular as Zambians, is to document properly our history, and to have at least an archives which will represent the views of everyone. I know that we have the National Archives here. We have also some other authors who have written such books about him. But at the end of the day, as you have rightly said, it looks like it's just a myth. But the man is still living. And for me, this is part of the history that we need to document properly. And maybe if at all, the film industry should come up with such a documentary to itemize such issues that the history is almost forgetting. So it's paramount that we cherish people like Mr. Mpundu, who was a protester or one of the liberation struggle movement, the freedom fighters. And you can see how the impact was, because they had to take even our Republican president, then one, Kenneth Kaunda, to in fact use him as a symbol of that freedom. That's how we came up with that statue.
That was in 1974 during Zambia's 10th anniversary.
Yes.
And the freedom statue was at downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a new building, not
it's a new building, yes.
That's right.
It was at
downtown.
So you see, I'm happy that you have even brought to exactly.
Which means we are reading.
We are reading, yes. So it's important that we formalize such things, especially that the president is talking about investing 30 million into the arts. These people are artists, come up with such videos, films, so that they'll be able to market, especially that the world now, it's very much digital. It's important that we brought this information to everyone, and then we had the general consensus so that we can actually recognize this. And then also, it's important that we also open the accounts on Wikipedia for various Zambian figures that have been our heroes and heroines, break the ropes, or symbolically what they had shown there as a chain of being in bondage. So he represents that hunger, he represents that economic freedom that everybody is fighting for. So we need such people like Mpundu to be brave in these times now, but in a civil manner and in a civilized way that we can take forward. As you rightly said, when we are fighting for our independence, our freedom, no one died, but we had to fight through the ballot paper. We had to fight using civilized means. So basically, I think he is a hero among ourselves, and there is need to document such heroes like him, so that we can have also include him in our curriculum, especially our education, so that we can learn about all this history in our next manner, maybe at grade 7, grade 9, or grade 12. Then we waste the time talking about the Mufekani and its repercussions. We need now to mature as a nation so that we can, as early as possible, we remember our heroes as early as grade 5, somewhere there, so that as we get into these civic subjects, we know where we are as a nation. So there is need for me, as I've already said, there is need to document our history, and then also to put them into our curriculum, so that our children, they start learning these figures as early as possible. I know already there are a lot of milestones which we have achieved when it comes to these heroes and heroines, but there is also need that one of also taking it to the music, is not the music industry, but the art industry, and that one is so that we inject more money. And we also come up, the way the Americans, they have done their film industry, there is a lot of stories that we can do. The Nigerians, they have money, they have come up now to be almost the #2 largest industry. So basically, the heroes and heroism, it's a very fertile manure for the art industry. And you know, it makes a lot of money. Art makes a lot of money. We can come up with our own Bollywood here in Zambia, which can champion that.
Right, you can start calling us on the program if you have a question or contribution. The numbers are 0950 650 916 and 097476 0894. Also send your contribution via our Facebook page, which is Pan African Radio 96.1 FM, where this interview is also broadcasting live. The well-being of most of our people who were accorded the status of freedom fighter is not okay. They are impoverished. I even think even the same Mpundu Zango is not living a good life financially. How would you want government, to be taking care of such people?
So far, so you know, the government, the political will has been demonstrated by first giving them these egos, recognition, but it's important, as I said, the Ministry of Art and Tourism should invest more money so that at the end of the day, these people can also access financial stability or sustainability through the rights that we can, let's say we document a film concerning the same Mpundu. Those are documenting it. At the end of the day, they'll be able to give him even a 2%, 5%, something like that. So there is need to tapping in now to the film industry, so that at the end of the day, all these heroes, they are made known to the world. So it's a big industry which has been lying dormant. So there is need, especially as I've already said, that there is this 30 million which has been made available. This is an opportunity that people should propose that, no, me, I want to come and act this film. And then as a part of social responsibility, I'll be able to pay Mpundu. Nakatindu winner, whatever, heroine, whatever, I'll be able to give the surviving families. So I think that's how other societies have progressed. There are these opportunities that Dan is saying, let's build a house for this family. Let's, because heroes, they keep on adding, we're increasing in number. So basically there's need to also for the private to come in. They can partner with the government and then individuals to come in so that they can also give proposals on how they can come up with the film industry, so that we do not make, as you say, the idolatry out of it, but we should make them as a commercial and then also as a future generating economic enterprise for our nation. So we need to tie economic emancipation with also the same cultural background where we're coming. These heroes, we can come up with a film just to document Kaunda, Kenneth Kaunda, how he won the independence. We can talk about Kapwepwe, how he behaved, how he was, Mainta Chona, Humphrey. We have a lot. We have a lot that we can. So if we are talking about the 200 individuals, we're talking about 200 films, 200 documentation that can be done out of that. And I think by now, if we are doing that, we would improve. But so far, so good. I've seen we haven't too much on cultural thing, but we have been too contemporary. So there is need as a nation to deliberately look and then also sponsor such art in the art industry.
Now, quickly, Mr. Mkondo, we'll be picking 3 minutes. We'll be picking, because I just want your encouragement to our entrepreneurs who are not celebrating or participating in the trade fair, Zambia International Trade Fair today. Heroes Day, Heroes and Unity Day, they coincide with the culmination of the Zambia International Trade Fair.
Yes.
Now, this is a period where we have the outbreak of COVID-19,
yes,
and the businesses have been grossly affected.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is your appeal to our business persons? I know they want to make money. This is the time they always make money at the fair. Now, yes, it's not going to happen because of the coronavirus.
This is a time when we should remain resilient as individuals, as businessmen, and then also as leaders. Especially that this thing which is at our hands, the pandemic, it's not something which has been triggered because there was a politician who did this, or there was a religion which did this, but this is a natural occurrence. So we need to understand and then to sit back, so that at the end of the day we re-strategize as individuals. We get also to understand, even as we, because we are a nation, we live beyond here, maybe to another 100 years. It's important that we also leave the proper documentation, proper business strategies for our future children, so that whenever they do business, they should also take into consideration that such calamities, such pandemics, the way it has been done for us in 1920, somewhere there, we have learned a lot through the Spanish flu. Even the same thing of social distancing, it was being practiced at that time. Also the wearing of masks, it was being practiced at that time. Churches were shut down, businesses were shut down, but they lost huge numbers. But because of that history that left behind us, as business houses, as religious houses, and then as political houses, we are able to tap from that history. So even ourselves, as we fight this battle, it's important that yes, we have lost out in terms of money, cash taking, but at the end of the day, we should make sure that we survive. What is important is the human capital. We can only see tomorrow. We can only see that is 21 or 20 or 20, 21, 20, 100 years from now, if we protect our own people. And it's important that we protect our lives, so that at the end of the day, we'll come out as more determined people. And you know, in 1920, somewhere there, immediately after that Spanish flu, something happened which moved the world, in the storage world. That was the discovery of this refrigeration. Refrigeration was discovered in 1920, somewhere there. 1920, 1921. That's when you find that now people are able now even to keep medicine at very low levels, that the same viruses, they are kept at very low levels for human usefulness and survival. And you have seen how the refrigeration has helped us now to even have food in our homes. So there will be more discoveries. So as those who are people are enterprising, this is now the thing to think beyond. How do you survive? This is an opportunity for discoveries. This is an opportunity to have new ways of making business work beyond. Suppose we had another coronavirus 10 years from now. How do we continue conducting business? So I think I've seen there are other airlines which have already started doing some tremendous trends already in Europe. I was watching one on BBC yesterday, that is in Spain, where already they have managed to pick people from different backgrounds in one plane, taking into consideration the same pandemic. So it is how we continue operating with this pandemic hand in hand. So, business as usual, but as the president has already said now, it's a new normal. We need to accept it as a new normal. Just like we had another pandemic in 1981, the HIV pandemic, which we never stopped, but we had to stop on one or another and find the way to live with the same pandemic.
Right, and let's get the views of our listener there and the viewer on our Facebook page, which is Pan African Radio 96.1 FM. The numbers are 0950650916 as well as 0974760894. We have in the studio Mr. Chendela Erasmus Mukondo, PF Information Publicity Desk Chief Admin. We have somebody on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. How are you? Okay, the line is bad. Maybe try to turn down the volume on your radio set. Yeah, now we can hear you. Give us your name. I want us you to first give us your name. Give us your name. What is your name? Mr. Munsanji. Okay. All right, go ahead. Okay, thank you so much. I think you got him. The line wasn't so clear, but he's talking of
Permits.
permits. How are you going to
Because
advise?
of COVID.
Yes. So he's particularly concerned about getting of permits. I don't know if permits or notification. You just notify the police. We don't know. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Bwino muni bwanja. Muni bwanja.
Vayanka timuli bwanji. Tikumbelani. Tipaseni zina lanu. Ndimwandani. Siyamkimba. Okay.
Timbera.
Is Africa Freedom Day in Heroes and Unity Day? In Heroes and Unity Day, not Africa Freedom Day. Heroes and Unity Day. Okay, too bad they are trying to call. Seems like there is a challenge with the network, but it's Heroes Day today. Tomorrow will be Unity Day.
Yes.
So these 2 days are celebrated as one.
Yes.
Okay, maybe let's respond to the first caller.
Mr. Musanja has expressed that how do...
Or perhaps just hold your thought, we engage this one. Hello. Good morning, Dr. Proud. Dr. Proud, how are you?
Dr. Proud, how are you? Thank you very much, Dr.
Namukondo. Are you getting it? Dr. Proud, it's really pathetic. No, the communication is not clear. Too bad. Dr. Proud, call again if you have a minute. He's saying you have lied that no one died during the struggle for Zambia's liberation. Is it true you lied, or you have your facts right? Let's see this one. You respond after. Good morning. Apa line ya will bad for Dr. Proud. Okay, particular line, okay. Still the line is bad. Okay, the line is just not clear. Thank you so much, Dr. Prado. But he insists you have lied. He says Ali Kinkata died during the struggle for Zambia's liberation and Kapwepwe. Can you give us the correct information?
Well, Dr. Proud, what we are saying, there wasn't a war that we had fought the colonial masters for us to win our independence. But as I said, there were isolated cases where you find people are being locked up, others were beaten, but where you find that people were killed, it's very difficult to categorically come and say, no, Ali Kinkata was killed by the colonial masters. But what I know is in a way, in one way or another, we are the people who had fought this independence, and those who had maybe because of the effect of being tortured, being beaten, they never lived to see that we had the independence at the end of the day. Because at one time there is even one woman that I was reading through who was killed by a black man, and then they had to get those black people, and they were jailed and they were killed, and that was the more movement of Cha-Cha-Cha, how it was triggered. But at the end of the day, you cannot classify it as a struggle or something which had triggered our independence. It has been from different fronts. We had used a genuine way of fighting our independence. That was a very civilized way. And Kaunda, mind you, and other Manakatwe and other people, they were part of even this colonial governments. At one time was even a local government minister. And at one time, I think he was even elevated to the position of prime minister. That was in February of 1964 itself. Eventually, that's when now we had to win for independence after we had formed the coalition government in October. And that's when Britain gave us that. So basically, to outright say that we had taken our guns, we went into the bush, we started fighting the way the Zimbabwean fought it, it's very unfortunate. You can also categorize that one also with the South African one. Although we know that during these skirmishes between the police and the protesters, you would find that stray bullets or bullets were being fired on the crowds. But the thing is, these things were being fought from within civil means. So even the South African one, you cannot say that they used the bullet, they fought against the apartheid regime. No, there was a vote which they did in 1994. And after he came out, the gallant leader, one Madiba, he took over the reins. That's why to them, even there, they don't even call it as independence, but it's just more like when a black man took over South Africa, because South Africa was born as a nation way back, somewhere in 1901 or 1911, somewhere there. They have had different governance regimes there. But categorically, we have, even the way we have opposition, even in 1991, you will find that there are unrecorded deaths which happened there. But we cannot categorically say that in 1991 people died. There was this person who was shot, who was given. But we fought using means to transform that government. So I think that is the background of our friend Proud, where he does not get it. And that was the question which you are saying. The critics, they say that there's a freedom struggle, there's what we had fought. These heroines, did they die? If you find at the end of the day, all these people that we can put on a list of the heroines, they just died natural death, a lot of them. So basically, even others like Muleya is also part of the heroes of this country. That's why, and I think the best way of also remembering them, apart from the music industry, it was make sure that these new buildings, contemporary buildings that we are building, like these stadiums, they should also be given to all these heroes of yesterday.
Right. Let's get another. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Very fine, Brother Morgan. Okay, Brother Morgan, go ahead with your contribution. Thank you so much, Morgan. Morgan, though we do have a challenge with the phone, but
Yes.
but he's saying
Media houses,
yes,
and then also politics that are going on.
yes. Let's
So-
see, let's speak two more, then you can respond. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Caesar.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I'm called the morning.
Morning, Mama.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wanangoma on the line.
Wanangoma, who is Kaunda Square?
No. Wanangoma in Serenji.
Okay, Serenje. Okay, go ahead, Wanangoma.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Bamkondo, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hear your voice on the radio.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bamkondo, what you are explaining to us is very true.
Mm.
My late auntie, Mama Beth Kaunda, used to tell us this. You must see. Whoever took us as we take on our father, no one was killed.
Uh-huh.
But yes, this thing I never had to Asia. By then I was eating food. The daughters, how they fought and how they fought for the freedom with my uncle, Dr. David Kaunda. Those people were saying there was people who were being killed over to see the people how I'm going to move. About Vale, but Vale, even my dad was being jailed. And the guy in 2011, he was even honored by the late president. To be fought in the time of Halloween, please let us try to teach our children how our parents fought for this freedom. I am happy. Teach those people who are saying they were people who were killed, they were lost. Continue telling people the truth. Our children who were not there, so that they knew how we fought for this independence. Like as we were fought in 1962. I was there while I was a baby.
Yes.
Thank you for the continue. Wait.
Okay,
Thank you, Mama Ngoma.
Okay, thank you so much. That is
She's calling from Serenji.
from Serenje Wanangoma. We have another caller, then you can respond. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm alright, and how are you?
I'm okay. Mr. Tembo, the president of Matero.
No, this is Manuel.
Deliberately, I wanted to just call you that. I wanted you to say your name today with your title. See?
Good morning, sir.
Oh, senior comrade, how are you?
Good morning.
Morning.
He's responding.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I think you see, like Wanangoma was saying, very right. The thing is, Kaunda in his struggle for independence, what is very much is simple, a non-violent struggle. Similar to that of Indira Gandhi, that's a struggle he adopted. If there were any deaths, most of them were not out of that struggle. No. There we have some accidental issues that happened. But where we saw some deaths was as a result of the rebels in Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, who have been truly there people who we accommodated here. We haven't. Like the death of that's
Yes.
the one Brown said.
Okay. Ali Kinkata.
Ali Kinkata.
Then he was also involved in that. He was actually in fact coming his way. The story that I know about that. That's how he made his death. It was not out of that struggle for independence. No.
Thank you.
It was just because one of the rebels that we are staying there. So all in all, there were less deaths. So I cannot remember very serious issues resulting from our struggle for independence.
Thank
you very
you
much.
so much, senior citizen Fano Mwangala, for coming through. Those are the views of our
Yes,
listener.
I've had very powerful contribution from the people who are older than me, who actually saw what was happening there, like senior citizen Fano Mwanga. And he has rightly said that, as we have already said, that there wasn't any direct confrontation or killing of each other. But we used the simple means, and I'm happy he even talked about what Kenneth Kaunda was advocating for, non-violence towards our independence. So if we want our independence using non-violent means, this is what now even my brother like Morgan and then Mr. Musanje there, who are talking about even the COVID thing, pandemic which is happening, and then also saying that the media houses are being closed, the political activities are being controlled because of the same COVID, and then also the not following the law, that is the Public Order Act. So basically, you know, you can win independence the way, or you can win or change of regime by being non-violent. And if you have an agenda, a developmental agenda for this country, you will find that you easily win. Just like the way we did it in 1964. It was not through an armed struggle or anything, but we are known to be a peaceful nation. From way back, as far as the 1911, 1924, especially 1924 significantly, that's when the judicial system came into play. So basically you can start as far as the 1924. That's when we had a proper administration, a legal administration being instituted in Livingstone. And from there to where we are as a nation, we have had heroes. And what is important, we have had heroes who had participated in this all type of governance. There are heroes like Matoka, the first police commander, that was somewhere 1934. We have also great people like Katirungu, trade unionists, who fought for us when the first time we had the mining which were open in 1934, somewhere there. No, 1933, sorry. And then 4 years later, 1938, they started fighting for equitable distribution of the resources. And between that time to 1954, you'll find that a lot of Africans were enjoying the same cake now. And we have also to drill back to see how the television came into Africa. It was on the Copper Belt, that's where we had the television. So we need also to, as the journalists, to dig deeper, to find who are those first spearheaded this broadcasting that we have. So we have a lot to learn from our heroes and heroines. So Zambia has a lot of rich history, and it's only through coming up with individuals, identifying these individuals, and then properly putting it to documentation, we'll be able to appreciate this thing.
And did you know that Zambia is the first country in Africa to have a radio?
Yes.
Yes. So we have
a lot of yes, I'm aware about that one. The first TV, is it the Canada TV?
Yes.
After Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there is a detail of all those. So those radios, when they were coming, we should ask ourselves, who brought them? Who were the first broadcasters? So that's the name. That's the reason why even Harimanga Nkumbula was known as Harimanga the Lion, because he used to vibrate his voice through the vocal cords in this radio station across the world. And I think at that time there was the Central Radio Central they used to call it Central Radio Central, which used to cover it to be even in Switzerland, Netherlands, Australia would listen to the Zambian voices. So there is need also to document that one. Also to come up with the film industry. My appeal is to the film industry, so that once you come up with the individuals, you'll be able to easily communicate to the people, our children today. So basically there is need to come up with documentaries. The film industries, they need to come up to identify individuals. That's what has made America to be very powerful. So today, the modern world demands that digitalize the information. You, through digitalization, you'll be able to communicate more effectively to those on social media. So there is a need to take into consideration that one. I think I love the contribution coming from Vanangoma from Serenge, because she's talking from the person who had experienced it, and that is Mama Betty Kaunda. And she had her children, they used to be, Kaunda would spend all the time fighting for us. You would sometimes, I remember very well the history I was reading yesterday, they were talking about Mama Mulena Mukwai, is it Nakatindi Yeta, where it's properly detailed how she was even keeping Kaunda at her home. At one time, the husband was not even there. People will even be saying, no, Kaunda na wopo Mulozi. Mulozi is the one who is keeping him. He has run out, abandoned on Western province. This Nakatindi winner, the Yeta's daughter. At one time, Kaunda was running out from being locked up by the colonialists. So he took refuge in Western province, and that's where they strategized. Even Kapwepwe went to Western province. That's why I started organizing the districts, started the provincial conferences. Eventually, it culminated to what we have as the independence movement. So basically, it is important to document our heroes and our heroines.
Right. You have responded to all of them?
Yes.
Okay, we pick a last set of calls and you respond to them. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very fine.
I can hear.
It's on the line.
Yes, Elvis. Good to have you. Go ahead, Elvis.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mukondo, how are you?
Fine, Mr. Comrade Elvis. How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Black season. We're going today,
About kuibika po. Kuibika po na niko na na epo na alifi.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Elvis, maybe you can stand if you're walking. Stand so that the line is not breaking. We can't get you. Now you have stopped walking. You are walking now. You have stopped walking. It's good. Go ahead.
These heroes should be appreciated, and I'm very surprised that someone was saying we don't have heroes in this country on a certain radio station today. And it hurts us as citizens who know that we have heroes in this country, and yet they are being disrespected because of politics. When we have these people, these are the people who we should be asking how we struggle to get independence. These are the people who are supposed to be giving us wisdom. But to me, I've seen that most of these freedom fighters we have, especially in the political arena, are not helping us because they have taught a certain political line, so they have affiliated themselves to political parties, and they cannot give any advice to the young who are growing up. But as you have elaborated, it was very difficult for this country to get independence. People used to sleep in the bush. People used to walk long distances to hide. So what we can do as a country of Amukondo is to do what you have said. We have talked about a lot of things which are very educative, and we should support you, the people who have got a rich book of history to tell the nation. So for me, Amukondo continue. Asiza tabani kwa mubali ile freedom fighter.
Thank you very much, my Elvis.
I think the country now overseas to what my heroes about to
Okay, by OVC. Okay. Fine.
I think you're a role model to so many journalists. So, in one way or another, maybe in the long run, in 2026, to what is hero.
2060.
So imwe IOVC imwe. Mwala natima 26 nation shaka we point. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Elvis. Very interesting. You respond to Elvis. I know there are a lot of calls coming in, but because of time, we cannot go on and on and on picking them. Respond to Elvis.
No, we are thankful that he has continued echoing that, and he got disappointed that other people, they have really politicized this issue. And once you politicize this issue, you find that we will narrow our own rich history. So by politicizing our history, you find that we will lose the touch with what we have. I will take, for instance, for those, if you are UPND and then you are saying, you know, there's nothing to celebrate about it. There are no heroes in Zambia. I will tell you where you are standing as UPND. 21 years ago, 20 years ago, or 22 years ago, there was a hero by the name of Kambela Mazoka. He formed a political party which has stood the test of time up to where it is. So he is a Zambian. Not only is he a hero in his own capacity, but also he is an engineering man who was recognized by Kenneth Kaunda as one of the pioneers who was recognized as early as 19 years as an engineer. So basically, we have a lot in store that we need to look at. And then if you are MMD, you are saying that there are no heroes in Zambia, then it's unfortunate you do not know where you are coming from. We have heroes like, there it is, we have talked about Chiruba, FTJ, and then we had the heroes of people who fought tooth and nail, betraying his own people who had supported him to take over the land, that is Manawasa, just to see to it that whatever was lost should have been fought for the people, setting a precedence that corruption should be fought for without fear. And then also the rule of law should be promoted. Also, we have people via PF. They are saying that you have no heroes. We have people like Michael Chilufya Santa, who fought a big government which was very powerful as a single individual, and he brought it down by 2011. Those are the heroes we are talking about. All these other heroes we have from the political, if you are saying you are a person who is supporting these other international sports, that there are no heroes, we have a living hero in Kabisha Bwadia. If you are a musician, I talked of others like Peter, Piket Shala, and then others. So it's important that we bring to light all our heroes and then we document them as Zambians. Because a nation without any heroes is not a nation at all. Let's see, copy what happened to the Jewish people. They have a list of gallantry leaders that they have listed that still to this very day represent the nation of Israel. They will never come and include the KK into their history. They won't come and include the Chiruba into their history. They have their own national history. But in a very important thing is that whatever we remember as our hero should be done in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So that at the end of the day, we do not have any idol or idolatry, which we talked about. Because when it comes to worshiping of individuals, that we are not allowed. So as Zambia as a Christian nation as enshrined in the Constitution of Zambia, let's continue recognizing our heroes and our heroines, the Nakatini winners that once lived here and they fought for you. All these, even in the ones who are living, like the vice president that Inonge win, Inonge Mkuto Mutuku Awina.
Yes.
So basically, you find that the list goes on and on. So let's remove tribalism. Let's remove partisan politics. If they are partisan politics, all of them, they should be brought together so that the important name or this word unity, we should fight all these divergences, but it should be for the progress of our society. One Zambia, one nation. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Erasmus Chandra Mkondo, PF Information and Publicity Desk Chief Admin, for finding time and, of course, to share what you have learned or what you know about Heroes Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. At least I've tried.
Wow.
Because I know there are other people who have books and books about these heroes.
You have done, you have just done your best. We thank you so much for African Radio and share your views and your knowledge.